Can I ask you that question as well then, Brian? We've covered a lot of those successes. We've just seen pictures of trophies and Champions League, Europa League trophies being lifted. Can I ask you, do you think that success is tainted now?
I think it's tainted to a degree, but I think in 10 years' time, I don't think people will be looking back and say Chelsea shouldn't have won those trophies because the man that was putting in the money shouldn't have had all that money. I don't think that'll be the case. They'll be they'll be in the record books. And I think there's Chelsea supporters, while some of them might have had misgivings at how the investment came about, that suddenly changed them from being a very average Premier League club that won the odd cup to a top European, a top World Cup. I mean, they won the World Club Championship this year. They won the Champions League last year. They won the Champions League twice during Abramovich's time. But what they also did was they inflated the market. They inflated the market in regard to wages and transfers. I mean, Manchester City come into it, they were taken over in 2008. They further inflated the market. And now we've all looked at it over the years and said, look, the money is just mad. But they did that. They had to compete with the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid for players, and we've seen the condition that those clubs are in equally now. Both of them have had big falls, and it has to be said, Chelsea were part of wanting to have the Super League as well, to even more intensify their hold, I think, on the game. The trophy's tainted. They possibly are, but it's not going to matter on the record books when the time comes in the future. I think, as Richard said, the fit and proper people to take over the club, that rule has been
Do you think there will be a reckoning in English football with regard to ownership, or is this just a flash in the pan?
No, I do.
Chelsea fans are pointing to Newcastle and City and saying, well, nobody cares about them because they're on the right side of the political, the global political situation as far as the UK are concerned.
I think that this is a crucial time in the game for change. I think the introduction or the appointment of an independent regulator with real powers, who's totally independent, I think will have a major impact on the sort of people who are getting involved in football. And it's not just the clubs at the top level. We've seen it with clubs like Blackpool and Burnley and other lower division clubs in recent years, and some have ended up going bust completely, and Bury went out of the game altogether and disbanded. But I think that lots of other clubs have had similar problems, not with someone of the same profile or the same riches, but they've had unfit and proper persons and improper persons, I'd say, running the clubs and having control and making decisions that have ultimately damaged the clubs.